Hello, weary travelers, and welcome to the Come and Go Tavern. My name is Sheela Ornithalis, and I'll be your hostess this afternoon. Today's kitchen special is going to be a beef stew, and it looks like Emily is currently available for a full-service package, if you know what I mean. But if you see anything or anyone else on the menu that you're interested in, just let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Today will be my 40th Final Fantasy XIV stream, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate it than by killing God, or at least Fandaniel in the form of a god, Zodiark specifically. Who is made up of a gestalt of Ascian souls. Probably not a great place to be if you're a dead Ascian, but it is what it is. Final Fantasy is weird, y'all. As always, I'll be available for comments, concerns, and questions about the tavern, as well as regular old conversation, so don't be afraid to fill that chat with discussion. And I'm going to go ahead and get us started today because, I have a feeling we're probably going to be doing some chatting no matter what. Because, yep, even with the healer privilege queue, I fully expect this to take a hot minute. Yeah, I know. I haven't left this spot, so I haven't been able to get my stuff repaired. Average wait time of 18 minutes. Yikes. So yeah, let's just explore the area a little bit. Like, funky, groovy. Okay, we've got some outer meat. Okay. What's the boy look like? Let's see. Okay, so he hasn't regenerated parts of him yet. Still missing bits. We kind of saw the results of that fact. Like, only done like 7 out of what, 12 or 16 rejoining, something like that. So yeah, Zodiark is nowhere near fully reformed. Oh no, the pop out. Ugh, you can still see like bits of his bone sticking out where it's still working. Ugh, what in the... That's rather tentacular. It occurs to me now that I'm actually in the queue that I probably can just bop around. Well, I guess we'll, I don't know, do some training for Pugilist or something while we wait. Because, like, I gotta do this for the next part of the story. So let's just go back to Gridanian and, yeah, like I said, work on Pugilist stuff, Real quick, I have been training Scholars, so that's the main reason, the main thing that's taken a lot of damage. So let's go ahead and get that ended real quick. There we go. I don't want to start anything major, so I can't do the class or job quests for that. I can do Pugilist things. That's only at level 7, and so I basically just need to go punch some trees or something. Oh, I can't wait to punch Fandaniel in the face, though. It'll be a lot of fun. Little Nitwit has been, deserving it for quite some time. I didn't think I was going to get the chance to do it until much later in the expansion. But, it's like the Martyr is still only a level 83 quest, so we've still got like 10 more levels worth of stuff to go through, I'm not complaining, not by any means. Just did not expect to get to it right now. Goodness gracious. Even with the healer privilege in the queue, like this is rough. Because usually that's good enough to get me within about 5 minutes, but guessing that people don't really want to do this fight means it probably is a pain in the ass. But we'll find out. I shouldn't even honestly look at the forming party thing because, my goodness gracious, it is exactly the kind of thing that, like, sometimes it'll seem like I'm the only— oh, excuse me, hang on, what? Hold up, why am I frozen? What? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I didn't see any dropped frames. And my tracking never broke. So I don't think I lost connection, but Final Fantasy XIV connection sure did stutter there. Ah, I said no? Oh, okay. No? Okay. Well, this is worse. This is worse. Okay, alright, alright. Up. No. I want to get back up on the thing. Thank you. Oh, do. Can I get them? I could probably take them, right? It's fine. This mosquito's just bigger than I am. So I finally got Lancer all the way to level 80 earlier this week, and so I switched my main training thing over to Scholar instead. But I also know I need to do job quests on Scholar, which is the reason why I'm now doing Pugilist. Because, yeah, I don't know, like, I got 18 minutes worth of waiting to do like a main story thing. Like, I appreciate that Final Fantasy, that Square Enix added in NPC helpers for like regular dungeons and the like, but not having them for storyline trials is a bit of an inconvenience because, like, well, I gotta wait for other people to be doing this particular trial in order to continue through the main storyline, you know? That is inconvenient. And so I just punch things until then, I guess. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, I should definitely eat a delicious boiled egg. I'm leveling anyway, you know? hope everybody's having a better day than I was. I started my day with being notified about a package that had been turned back at the very last step because somehow, you know, a package that has my name on it, handled by our regular mail person, had an insufficient address on it. Like, it was on the truck. I do not understand. And the worst part is, this is the second time this particular package has been returned to sender. So, like, I don't know. I'm always afraid of, like, oh, this business is going to think I'm scamming them because, you know, they've gotten this package returned twice, even though, like, we've done business together for years. And that's another part of this, is that I have literally been ordering regularly from this business for years without any sort of issues. And suddenly, this one package has just been returned now twice for having an insufficient address. I do not understand. And, like, the person who I spoke to in customer service, mail service, was not helpful. Not to say that they didn't want to help, but they didn't have any sort of information that would have been able to help me. Like, I know she was doing the best she could. I'm just upset at the process. Because, what do you mean it had an insufficient address? Did they not mark what was insufficient about the address? Like, what? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Very frustrating. Well, we're 11 minutes into an 18-minute average wait time. Are we going to make it in before my first break? We'll find out together, I suppose. If I have to go world hopping, I might, well, you know what? I might have to. Okay, how about this? If we hit 15 minutes with no further movement, I'll go world hopping. And we'll see what I can do that way. Because I do know that my world is fairly, like, low population, so it might just be that there aren't enough people here who have gotten that far. I have had that issue in the past. No, I don't need my umbrella. Thank you, though. By the by, new game from the makers of Paradise Killer just came out yesterday. It's called Promise Mascot Agency, and it is absolutely bonkers, and I love it. You play as a disgraced member of the Yakuza. It's got a very Showa vibe to it. And you're essentially being sent off to... no, I don't want leg sweep on my bar, but thank you. You're essentially being sent off to revive the last business that your Yakuza family still has after losing a lot of money. I won't go into anything else because, you know, story spoilers, but gameplay-wise, it's weirdly a driving simulator, question mark? But with lots of, like, collectibles and, you know, learning and working with new mascots and sending them out on jobs and all that sort of fun stuff. It's very, very strange and interesting and exactly what I expect from Paradise, or from the makers of Paradise Killer, without being functionally anything like Paradise Killer. It's such an interesting pull. But you can definitely feel that company's DNA in the game, if you get my drift. Like, it is very much a game made by Kaizen. Even though it has a very distinct identity from Paradise Killer. We're at 14.5 minutes, folks. Another 30 seconds or so, and we'll be jumping over to a different world, I guess. Alright, well, that's 15 minutes. No, thank you. I'm trying to go back to New Gridania. Just so we at least start in a decent place instead of out in the middle of the wilderness, you know? Okay, let's go back over to Sage. Draw from the Duty Finder. Yep, return the title screen, please. Now let's see if I can remember how to do this. Another world server? Kraken. No, okay. Oh, I need to go to a data center. Please wait before attempting to return again. That's okay. Oh, did I just mess up? Hang on, let's take a look. Okay, yep, I should have done the data center travel, not world travel. Whoops. Whoops. Oh well. Yep, okay, gotta return to my homeworld. Yes, please. Return to homeworld. Think, think, thunk. Is it another data center? Yes, let's select... Okay, let's go over... Let's take a look at the populations real quick. Let's take a look. No, I know. Okay. So if we go to Crystal and Hilder, that's got a huge population. Let's go and visit there if we can. Yep. Do. Do 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 do. Doobie 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 dee. Yep, okay. Let's try this again. Yep, the current server is currently congested. I am aware. It's one of the largest servers. Is this an important update? Okay, much crowded, more crowded server. Let's try that whole thing all over again. Average wait time 9 minutes, so still not great. Much more manageable, I'm hoping. Alright, well, we go out and we continue punching things, I guess. Amazing. Guns N' Roses, part of a pie. Mad respect there, I suppose. Up, 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 up. And so we continue punching Yarzons. Well, at least I do need to actually collect more water shards. It's been a while since I did any work on my culinarian, so probably need a bunch of those. Always weird starting one of these jobs that's like a super low level job because of like not having very many options. I keep wanting to like, oh okay, I'm approaching this enemy, I'm going to throw out a ranged attack. Nope, I guess I'm not. I don't have any ranged attacks right now. Not even the single pity ranged attack that most jobs get. Huh. Yeah, last couple of days has been frustrating to say the least because I've had what seemed like a really promising lead on some contracts for the last third of the year, and finally got to have a conversation with the person who I've been told might be able to give me some joy about that sort of thing, and unfortunately they are no longer booking acts for the last quarter or so of the year, third or so of the year. basically from August onward. And so wasn't able to cinch anything there. And while I did get some good hints at other places to go look in the region that they thought might still be bearing fruits, it it still feels like a step back. So I was already primed to be wound up this morning, and yeah, it's just not generally been a good last couple of days. There was also another person I was supposed to work with yesterday who, I set aside a whole big amount of time to work with them because they needed assistance with something, and they just never showed up. They just never showed up, and so someone else that I'd made an appointment with in the afternoon who wished they could have been there earlier was inconvenienced as a result of that. And yeah, no, that's just it. I'm not angry. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point in being angry about these things because, that if somebody hasn't showed up for something where they were requesting help, there's probably a mitigating circumstance, I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt there. But it is frustrating because it inconvenienced me and it inconvenienced somebody else who also needed help. And like, if I was a more spiteful person, I would say, oh, well, I'm now not less likely to give that person help. And that's not true. I'm going to help them in any way, shape, or form I can. But, my goodness. Oh, is it frustrating in the moment? What person's name? Okie Kadoki. Love that. Good for them. So yes to everything except changing up the friendship circle. I do want to stay with that. Because that gives me extra XP. Well, we're up to 6.5 minutes. This has to pop at some point. I just sure wish that some point was a little sooner. I don't know. The longer I wait, the more I'm tempted to look up strategies and things like that for the fight with Zodiark. But at the same time, like, I feel like going into it for the first time, it's better to be a little bit blind because that feels like as the game designers intended. You know what I mean? Maybe I should go and do this job quest. At the very least I can see if it's the kind of job quest I can do without dropping out of the whatchamacallit, the queue, If I have to drop out of the queue, then I can't do it, but it's the kind that is just going to give me a basic cutscene. Yeah, I should be fine. Marlin. I see you've been training hard as ever. Ah, your eyes are starting to have the sharpness of a predator about them. Last time you learned the basics of combinations. Today I would have you build on that knowledge. Set up 5 wooden dummies outside the guild, along the merchant strip. By the way of a warm-up, I want you to deal with each a solid boot shine combo. Oh, and don't mind the townsfolk who've gathered to watch. Alright. I'm gonna... Oh, there we go. Get my shirt off so I can flex them pecs. Pull 2 pixels of pec. I should probably do the Easter thing at some point, too. We're 10.5 minutes in. This is the worst. Wooden dummies have felt your wrath? Good. Now we can move on to your lesson. When you first came to us, I taught you that combinations make a pugilist. What you need to know next is that not any hodgepodge of strikes makes a combination. There's an order to things, a natural flow from one technique to another. Today, I would have you practice one of the most elementary combinations in a pugilist's arsenal. It goes like this. Lean in with a swift boot shine combo, put your foe off balance with a true strike, and bring it home with a blistering snap punch. Practice combinations such as this will become second nature. They must if you expect to become an accomplished pugilist. Now, you'll need some opponents to practice on. Peek here that infest the rat's nest in central Phanolin ought to serve. Hit them with snap punch 3 times and we'll call it a lesson well learned. Okie dokie. So it's that just basic combo that I've been working on anyway. Go ahead and extend that boiled egg. Eggy. I do appreciate the jog function that they've added to the sprint. Big turtle. Oh, baby! Honk, honk. Oh, there we go. See, all I had to do was start doing something else. There we go. Oh, hello?
Mom, have you seen Mr. Grumbles?
No, sweetie, I haven't. Did you lose her?
Can you help me find her?
Yes, just give me a few minutes. I only just got into this boss fight, so, oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit snooze anyway.
Creation shall bend to my will.
Alrighty. So,
The end has come, and it will be beautiful.
oh, I gotta remember myself. Remember myself?
Marvels of circus, woman playthings.
How these things work.
Malice, become flesh.
Oh, I dislike Fandaniel. Oh, I dislike Fandaniel.
Will you live to see the end?
Whew. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Darn it. That's what I meant to do.
Soon my hold over Zodiac shall be complete.
Will it though, bud?
Mine, all mine.
God, he's a weirdo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are we doing now? Oh. Nope, it looked better without that.
I am become Zodiac.
Well, you're heard of Zodiac. Not the whole thing.
The natural order overturned.
Ow.
All in existence, bent to my will.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I'm glad that I was following along with people.
My life's work, my masterpiece.
Um...
How I've waited for this day.
Up, 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 up.
All in existence, bent to my will.
Okay, alright, we're safe.
The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated.
I don't want you to faithfully recreate the Great Cataclysm, my guy.
From broken skies fall tears of flame. All shall burn.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. Ah.
All in existence, bend to my will. Will you live to see the end?
Oh, for crying out loud.
I have no need for restraint.
No, no, no. Oh, beans. Ow. Beans. Thank you. All my charges. This is fine. This is fine.
All in existence, bend to my will. Will you live to see the
Oh,
end?
for crying out loud. Ah. Well, that happened again. I got so far into this fight without dying. Yet here we are.
Will you live to see the
Oh,
end?
for crying out loud! Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh! Beans! I think it hurt me. Hello, Mc... Okay, interesting name there. Welcome to the stream. We are... Not uh-oh, uh-oh. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Will you live to see the end?
Oh man, this other healer is doing overtime. Oh. Oh, come on! I was doing so well, and then as soon as it happened, I wasn't. Okay, I didn't even have enough time to get out of it that time. Just leave me down at this point, folks. Just leave me down. Focus on doing the thing. Oh boy. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay. Right, hang on. I'm gonna snooze that ad again.
The limit of your power. Is this how it ends?
Oh. Right, well, I was gonna try and give props to that other healer, but here we are, I guess. I also guess I didn't really need to snooze that. Alright, well, we have at least finished that boss fight, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'm gonna go help one of my sons find his skunk, and we're gonna do a commercial break on the meantime. So stand up, stretch, do all that good stuff, and we'll be back in just about 5 minutes, okay, folks? Alrighty, so have you checked the laundry pile already? She know how she loves doing that on laundry. scene has for us. Oh wow, how did I get any player commendations there? Oh my goodness. I mean, I'll take it, you know? Ooh. Oh, is Fan Daniel gonna get sealed in here? Oh, that would be great. Get wrecked, scrub.
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins.
Mm-hmm. It was mostly everyone else in that fight, but still.
Roll to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory.
What? What?
From the first, all I wanted was for you to kill Zodiac.
What?
Twas but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. It would have been the same had Xenos died in my place.
What?
But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you lived to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire. Let your murder mark the beginning of the end.
I...
The coming of the final day!
I mean... I guess I understand, because Zodiac was created to stop the final days. But like... I don't know, I guess that's not all that convoluted, yeah. So technically if Zodiac dies, the final days return.
How quickly strength fades and
What?
blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip into the dreamless slumber.
Okay.
A tired song and dance. Routine. Always I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherits my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become. The all-consuming contempt. But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question. No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see. A final chance then for Heidelin and her faithful, incapable cataclysm prove me wrong. I sneer. All shall return to nothingness, as was your will, Emperor Sunday. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
At last.
Oops. Deep breaths, slow and steady. You saw it too, yes? A blue star below, thrown into turmoil. God, I'm so small compared to them. And it was no illusion. All was truth. But the death of Zodiac, the laws of nature over which he presided, have begun to unravel. The final days are upon us. What you witnessed was an omen granted by the Echo, a vision of the horrors to come. Cool. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Love that for me. Time grows short. Don't you do it. Oh, you piece of shit. Okay, well, you didn't land right on top of them. What did you absorb? Spit it out. Put it down. Blech.
No. I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day.
Well, yeah, I'm in the wrong job.
Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me. I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage.
You know, Xenos, you got a really interesting
For
sense
the
of honor.
oldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
I don't want to caffeinate this early, but I might have to at the next break. Hope we'll win the day.
we shall see.
Well, that could have turned out really bad. Alright, well, let's head back over to... Oh, no, I'm already the sage. I must be the red mage. There we go. I sense his presence on the moon no longer. Well, where did he go? If you need not follow, then I beg you stay and listen to what I have to tell you. Zodiac, the end of all things. Yeah, sure. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sensed others arriving not long ago. Though my communions with Hydaelyn have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know that these are your comrades. As luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. Alright. I still have a lot of questions about, like, how are we, you know, able to survive and just breathe here? Like, I guess that, like, this regolith kind of scenario is just what happens when all mana is drained out of a location, but goodness gracious. Something poetic about drifting across the surface of the moon on a sleeping bed. No. Hey, y'all. Thank goodness you're unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the Tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. Contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled while we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mistress Kryle hath also been delivered unto their care. Serving as a conduit for Hydaelyn's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Alice, they insisted on remaining in Garlemald while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion. But what manner of conclusion, if I might ask? Is this the ally whom Hydaelyn bade you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Amarat. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Hydaelyn, together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiac, or rather, it was my duty. So a lot has happened. Zodiac is dead, and with him the world. Lenos kind of walked away, and, well, you know, this whole situation has kind of exploded. Zodiac is no more. Yep. And not without consequence, I am afraid. Now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. I mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of... Whoop. Are you alright? No. My attempts to forestall Zodiac's release have all but exhausted my strength. Might allow me to rest a short while. I will share with you all I can. Please do. You need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? Maybe we Words. May we peruse them while you rest? By all means. If you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor? Shall leave that to you then, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. Ooh. Ah. Pillar of Industry. Please, let's repair some gear. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiac flows through your mind. Daily summary, no anomalies detected. It's over and over. These appear to be records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiac's imprisonment. Records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiac's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiac's imprisonment appears to tax Heidelin greatly. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings, yep, the records describe the Watcher's efforts to repair in the event Zodiac broke free from his prison. Records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly with operates, but it's not clear who or what they are. A boiled egg. As you gaze into the crystal, a record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. Records note the Watcher's musing when Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison, yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until their final rejoining. Perhaps they realize he would never dare bring harm to Zodiac so long as he remains imprisoned. So the Ascians had a much better thought out plan, essentially. Did you learn anything of import? Well, yeah, the Ascians were going about this in a much more efficient way rather than Daniel. So it's as we expected. Maintaining the brands requires a great deal of her focus and energy. Its cost has grown higher after every rejoining. I would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the Seventh Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know as the moon was in fact created by Heidelin. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Heidelin's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. Oh, buddy, do you not have a bed? Thank you for affording me this short reprieve.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was a single world, Iris. One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, making a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
No, they were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where the next corruption would manifest. Wow. The etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. The currents which course through the land and seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of a celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Arianje? Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. On vacation, soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Make sense? Precisely. With the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation. Their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain. His departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, and so, rather than destroy it, she sundered Zodiac herself and the star into lesser reflections that she might confine him to this place. And what she told me in the ethereal sea was false? The two once dwelled as one until Zodiac grew hungry for power, setting the balance betwixt them? Not quite a lie, though a rather gross embellishment. But knowing what you now know, you must surely realize why she might opt to obfuscate and mislead. Heidelin and Zodiac are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiac was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half of Aetherius' population. Thus was it necessary for Heidelin to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen, and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetherius and her history. But like Zodiac, Heidelin's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wished to look to the future, and not linger in a prison of the past. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Hello?
Have you seen any random rodents recently?
Well,
No.
in
Have
light
you been
of
messing
these
with the mice
events,
colony?
I see no
No.
reason to doubt your words.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'll be there to help you with that in just a second, sweetie. Alright, let's go ahead and take our break here since we are just in the middle of a cutscene. Yeah, we'll be away for about 5 minutes. This should get us back on track as far as breaks are concerned, so yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so I can't make you sit around and watch the commercials. You don't have to. So stand up, stretch, go to the bathroom, get refreshments on your drinks and food, all that good stuff, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, okay, folks? See you then. Okay, sweetie. How many are we talking about? we're back. We're back. We're back. All the mice are gathered back into their colony. They were more confused than anything else because we keep them pretty well in there. And there was suddenly no food or hay or anything. And so we got them all corralled back in place.
And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
Good question. The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. It is ready. What is ready? This way, if you would be so kind. Beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Hydaelyn knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiac and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst, and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. This moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetherius to safe harbor. Oh shit, okay. Plan 9 from outer space, I guess. Or Earth 1999, or Space 1999. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them. And fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. You are much better at your job than a certain other Watcher. I just finished Paradise Killer for the finished it for the first time last week, week before, something like that at this point. And Witness to the End absolutely fell off the deep end. Both of those. The time has come for you to be on your way. Here at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar you've met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. Lork, as Hydaelyn guided me to created me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. Need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. Alright. If he labors in the service of Hydaelyn's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? Alrighty. Let's see what the Mount Roulette has for us right now. The big boy! I'm not gonna make that. If the gravity on this moon was realistic to, you know, the moon, that would be a different story, but I fear I would become a big ol' smush. No? Okay. other door. Wait, where did our friend go? Did he already go? No. Yeah. There it is. Fish in that? Gross. Wrong way. Up? Oh. So weird. Like, weird in a good way. Very cool. No, thank you. Space cacti. The place we seek is just ahead, at the Chlorophosphorot. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You'd be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Alright. No, thank you. I said no, thank you. Here will do nicely. The lunar spongoi draw ether from the ground, which has been dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongoi along? I suppose. What do I need to do? Hello, Argos. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Heidelin's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No. Argos was quite eager to be by your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. As for your companions, vigor, Argoi. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Let us return outside. You may cross the chasm. Okie dokie. Just get yanked out of here by Master Hand. No thanks. I don't want any, but thank you. Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb onto Argos' back, and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways. But know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits for us on the other side. Perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose the two of us cross first, while Thancred and Urianger right here. Sounds good. Onward! Malefic ether yet permeates from the crater. Remnants of Zodiark, most like. So majestic. So phew. Hop, hop, hop. Ooh, new location. Just a little further. The structure is enormous. Though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amarantine. Words are hard. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let's head inside and... Oh? Most intriguing. A means by which he can serve with energy, perhaps? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account. Helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. I'll take things from here. If Argos is to remain without, let's not keep him waiting over long. Ooh. teleportation ether, right?
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Needs. It needs. Look at the babies! Bunny's in the moon. Bunny's in the moon. Love it. Oh, absolutely adorable. You just woke up out of stasis. Come on.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more.
It's very military.
As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Etheris to safety. Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate, and don't forget to relay our signal to Etheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Amazing. Amazing. Bunnies. So these are the leopards, right? Stunned fucking silence.
'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
This must be the leopards mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave the rousing speech was their leader. We might have to ask around in order to track them down. Come on then, let's be about it. Amazing. We love to see it. This must have been one hell of a social space once upon a time. My goodness, they're me-sized. What? Leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way's her name. Or my name, anyway. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for the people of Aetheris, and that's a promise. Talk about megastructures. Num 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 num. Here? No. Sleeping way. My job is, Perhaps I better ask. Ah. Oh, I get you, sleeping way. Oh, what a fool I am. I forgot to get caffeine. Well, next break. What? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Take me to your leader. Were you the ones giving orders earlier? Oh, yes, of course. As the only one around here capable of doing anything properly, it falls to me to take charge of the others. Here to lurk and not receive any spoilers. Yep, there are bunnies. Bunnies exist. Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? Group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? Well, this isn't a nursery after all. Though perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? Thank you for the bug coin toss. No matter, you needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. Goodness me, we shouldn't be standing around gawping. I must take you to meet the others. Okay, well, there may be some things that have changed over the course of the millennia that we need to make you aware of. If you could run along back towards the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball in the center, if you should find yourself lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. Oh, over here.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name name is Living Way, and we are the Lotharites, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Atheris to a brave new world.
Neat.
More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Living Way's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Atheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration. Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations.
Not kids. There's been a lot that has happened. You might want to talk to...
Still not following? No? Very well. I shall elaborate further.
Yeah, you might want to talk to some of your compatriots, consult the historicals, all that.
Here we have Atheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade.
Right.
A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Atheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad,
Well, yeah.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Atheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Atheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold.
Okay. Alright, so I'm guessing the plan...
And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly. For one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems.
Oh,
We
hooray.
hope to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Okay, can you put that in actual time terms, though? Because, yeah.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Heidelin. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
Cool.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak.
Excellent.
While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Yep, this is what the college was preparing for.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges?
Yep.
Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries?
No, just a bunch of secretive old academics.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women.
Yep.
And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
It's a long story.
Heidelin herself led you here.
No, that's the short version.
Say, well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Well,
That's just how we are
Amorotines
now.
were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
Correct.
Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages.
Oh, buddy. Oh, there's been a lot of history.
Bridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, okay, get it out, Yep, get it out, girl.
Building way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Well, the good news is we have room for a larger population as a result of that.
More about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Okay, this is gonna be a lot. Woof. The world has changed. Oh, the world has changed. Ooh, we actually have stuff that's... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that coat. Oh, that's a dope coat. Oh. I'm gonna update that, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna update that further. There we go. Right then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us all in a terrible grandeur, so it is imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers-to-be. If there's anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet at the Curatorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of a theorist rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let's take this opportunity to learn more of the Loperids and this vessel. Onward and upward. Or downward in this case, actually. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. I figured I'd maybe check. Huh? Long. Okay. Didn't realize there'd be enemies down here. Welcome to the Curatorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking away. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we've created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. Why, I've practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. Oh, hello?
Hey, hun. Can I borrow you for a second?
You can borrow me anytime you like, stud. Alright, I'll be with you in just a second. Give me a moment. He probably just needs something businessy about, but you know, still, I flirt as much as I can. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here, and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Up, I said hop. Up. Woof, I can barely make these. On here. Alright, so we will be back in just a few moments. Stand up, stretch, do all that good stuff, and we'll be back before you know it. Alright, babe. What you need? they certainly do have carrots. Rainbow-colored assortment, in fact. The unassuming orange carrot, the peculiar-looking blue carrot, vibrant yellow carrot, the ominous crimson carrot. Ooh. Give me the spicy carrot. Soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson carrot belie its staggering weight. Excessive length and girth only compound... Oh, okay, it was written in there. Only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of this carrot. Yes. On second thought, you would like to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Away whether it's safe to eat first. Oh, I guess. Game veg blocked me. So what if I want to stick an obscenely large carrot in my mouth and just try and get it down my throat? So did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Well... Ah, yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. See? Eat the obscenely large carrot. Okay, they are doing it on purpose at this point. With great trepidation, take a bite out of the carrot. It's oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. They're not you, Tsuchinoko. What did you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? Iron carrot can be difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes it the perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. But, you can certainly see demand for this in Charlayan. Charlayan? What blazes is that? I take it you too had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Let me ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetheris? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you can emulate. Well, of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at loss as to where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, maybe be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but a man cannot live on raw carrots alone. You considered cooking them? In steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? Suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency. What's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. The verbs, gerunds, present, continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. Yeah, the basics, he says. Then we found the terms related to our given task and used them to form our new names. Are they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. or didst thy kind deem such a change necessary? Well, when the rest of your people arrive, we'll be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. Never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well, you'd be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner rather than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. It is what it is. Or carrot juice. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now, so let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way! Oh, this I've got to see. Nice. No, thank you. No, thank you. Up, 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 up. No, thank you. I don't need any. I don't want any, even. Very interesting battle music, though. It feels like a very good reach back to like Final Fantasy 1 and 2. Here we are, the apparel production section. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Madeline, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic as her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst to provide us with the extra biz we needed. My, how resourceful. Sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers, and they'll see to the rest. Oh boy. Alright, let's do some shopping. It's you! One of the visitors from Aetheris. Goodness me, Mappingway wasn't kidding. You're barely taller than we are. Oh, right. You're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? Ooh, a fashionable and refined ensemble. Fashionable. Right. Oh, this will only take a moment. It's gonna be tens of thousands of years out of fashion, isn't it? Yep. Well, I do like the mask. There we are, all finished. A perfect fit if I do say so myself. I'll be honest, I know nothing of fashion, alone fashion on Aetheris. But I'd wager no one down there has ever worn anything like this fine ensemble. Perhaps we can start a new trend. I do like the mask. The mask is nice. Would you look at that? Speechless. And here I thought you might not like it. If you mind to try something else, why not speak to my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. You must be continued wearing these garments in order to progress. Oh boy. They'll change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garment changes area of effect. Speak with the restless lowprint to restore and prolong the garment of change. Cool. Very cool. No, thank you. No, 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 no. Not like this. Oh, Beans, why are you up here? No. No one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? Wish to try on my clothes? Really? Well, of course, it would be my honor. Do you have anything in mind? A little more flair would be nice. I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. Alright, let's see what they've got for me. Okay, okay. I actually don't mind this one. Some of my best work yet. Time and tastes truly have changed. It used to be so rare for anyone to request clothing with a focus on form over function. Thankfully, I had a spare concept for robes made using a different fabric. I think it looks rather fetching. Honestly, yeah, kinda does. I was worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. I do like the leopard print, that's nice. Can you go and show Living Way? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. Let's go ahead and get up on that mount. My, don't we look splendid? There's also much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh. Even speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and we lowprits in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same way having sampled our creations. Y'all are definitely doing your best. Oh my, oh my. Oh. Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all of their creations ere we returned. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. Honestly, your Angie's kind of working it. I think it's past time we return to these clothes, though. What? They're trying their best. I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? Watcher taught us, in his time, Everyone wore the same robes, for those who otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... So you weren't entirely wrong. You mustn't be so hard upon yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetherius, they will most certainly have need of your attire. It is clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs. You must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my tastes, even if it is of inferior make. There are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than making assumptions for the whole, we must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery. Thinking it was for your benefit, and you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree. People who prefer to keep others at arm's length, when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love for Aetherius, and the salvation of the people in that star, and that star alone has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing all of them? I suppose you're right. Livingway, might we have leave to explore Bestway's burrow unattended? You've given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany you a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak with you about. Well, let's be off then, shall we? Just so you know, he is our historian. If you get him started, he will not stop. Can I help you? My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about visitors come from Aetherius, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetherius refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. But wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growingway, by the way. See you soon. What's the Mount Roulette got for us now? Letter carrier. This place is huge. It would be grand even by the Emerald team size and scale. My size and scale, it's fucking impossible. You're here. You're finally here. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. What should I call you? Lynn or Thalos, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Lynn, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready.
Ready in the teleporter.
Oh, they've got to add living space here on the moon at some point. No. Oh.
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
You could have hit that cancel button like 5 seconds earlier, bud. Oh. Well, I'm still somewhere.
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Oh.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting.
Not that you've done anything
If
wrong.
there are faults in our work, we need to...
Hello, Circuit! And yes, we have met the Fritz. They're so good.
On our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
I mean, I'll be willing to do it, but
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust
knowing
me with such a task?
who they are, we're gonna run into difficulties.
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
That's Hirianje.
You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
This man is always getting the hard stuff.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece, so all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again, I promise.
I don't doubt that growing way. that they have like essentially cartoon physics. Like they Madeline knew what she was making. She was just like, yeah, we're just gonna make some cute little guys. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now. Ooh. I mean, I'd probably go with Dancing Way. You know? Considering the fact that, like, a lot of them didn't get their chosen names completely correct for what they actually do, I feel like Dancing Way is close enough that it wouldn't be offensive, if you know what I mean. You know? Reroute the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Shame you couldn't see it, though. You really would have liked it. Oh, we are definitely getting residential in this area at some point. There we go. Slowly getting more powerful gear. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning this far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. One thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Aetheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. How about you, Circuit? What would your love Brit name be? The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet. There are plenty of other places worth seeing. We've already had a look at the Curatorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the burrow. Follow me. I see we have some blue quests available to us now. Oh, actually, hang on. Let's see if we can't use the teleporter to get there. A little basic, but a crafting way. That's your calling in Final Fantasy XIV. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, as much as I spend most of my time as a red mage, Dancer is a really fun class. It just doesn't have the all-over utility that red mage does. It's one of those, you do different things as an adventurer versus as when you're spending time just like doing a day-to-day job, you know? Good, you're here. Through this door is greatest End's Veil. It's named as such because it's the veil to end all veils. The most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Aetheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way! Oh, what fresh hell are you about to introduce me to? Oh ho! I see Grinding Way has gotten an obscenely large carrot. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. don't think you'll have quite understood what a natural space is like. I get, They sure were created on the moon, weren't they? What do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant, simply sublime? I didn't see any... Wait, you mean those crystals out there? Right you are. Our forest is made of crystals and constructs, dotting the landscape as far as the eye can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we'd never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. Yep, there it is. There it is. There it is, yeah. Yep. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you'd find in any forest on Etheirys. The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adjoining its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. Alright, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make it an official... And... Oh, got a nice pop in the back there. Okay. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Etheirys. Could we maybe... Yeah, come on. You will? Oh, be still, my quivering whiskers. Alright, buddy, come on. So here's the thing. This place is beautiful. I just do think it should be named to something like the Crystal Forest to make the nature of it clear to anybody who's seeing it for the first time, you know? I was thinking then that I could maybe be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hydaelyn gave us our first task: furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hydaelyn shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years to give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. No. Not sure what it is you do with crystals on Etheirys, but we don't eat them. Really not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Hydaelyn's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Etheirys. Conjuring a fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. But simply, the etheric conditions are ill-suited for growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check. Makes sense? That makes sense. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. We would have thought we'd need 4,000. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wouldn't work if you dare rush, either. We had to create infrastructure and countless support systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt when that bizarre red satellite went sent up from the Theris. The Allagan's midship, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. But now? See, that happens every once in a while, and I need to know what's triggering it. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Heidelin informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Interesting. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you the hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better, even. The sun and similar celestial bodies, great expanse, radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation of it. Neat. Impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees that have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. You know, again, I'm not arguing that fact. It's a pretty cool forest. Just, yeah, again, we should probably call it a different name of sorts. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit to purpose. Which was all well and good, except that I still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetheris. Why not go and visit Aetheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited to evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Aetheris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. Yeah, it's the Charlayans. Oh, hello?
Hey, what counts as hurt enough to go see Aunt Elena?
Sweetie, what happened?
Well, LaFerlin and I were playing in the forest, and I sort of rolled down a hill wrong.
Oh, Satoral. Okay, no, you're... Okay, I'll go get some Band-Aids. We've got some alcohol. We don't need to go bother Auntie about this. Okay. Yeah, let me go deal with that. We'll take a 5-minute break here, and I'll go ahead and run my commercial now. Yeah, no need to sit and watch through it. You can stand up, walk around, do whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes, okay? Alright, baby. Come on. Alright, yeah, we can get that cleaned up. No worries. let's continue on our way. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually, she did, and though her power is waning, we were able to speak with him directly for a short while. We shared them with him everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. We certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. Yeah. I knew you would like Greatest Innsvale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. I take it you've already received the grand tour? A shame we missed it. Rowing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I'll be calling an emergency meeting shortly and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you all are more than welcome to continue looking around the burrow. Now, come along, the Rowing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? Well, a lot. There's been some miscommunications, but they're doing their best. Spent 12,000 years preparing for this? The appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It needs to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology at this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means of forcefully evacuating the people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Y'all stop pretending like you don't know who it is. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, but we can accompany you if you'd like. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you'll excuse me. I'm not grasping at straws, right? Like, this is clearly they were in contact with the Charlayans. It is clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I am not alone in my reticence. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. It's water. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Sheela and I will remain here and see what we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Well, hang on. I'm going to open up this part of the map too real quick. Yay, map. I wish more of the flight speed stuff was tied in with putting it. Oh, those are adorable. Neat. So, as I was saying, I do wish more of the light speed and all that was tied in with how 11 bombs to the west. Like how much of an area you've explored. Because like that would make sense to me, you know what I mean? Nope. It's not a real door, that's a fake door. Ah, there it is. Moping way? Why is he sad? Why is it his job to be sad? John Squeenix, why did you make a bunny rabbit whose job was to be sad? Look at this guy. He did not deserve this. Look at him. Still a guy. Why is it his job to be sad? He's going to the entrance. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, boo. Well, those just exist out on the moon now. Grand J ventures off into Mare Lamentorum. Reasons unknown. Just tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Okay. Sneak, sneak. Hit. Well, that happened. Should have just stayed behind the rock. Ah, well. Now we wait. Bud.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
Mm-hmm.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume?
It was entirely accidental, but yes.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity.
You know, it's funny that you always get these jobs,
And
not Thancred.
Gratier did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy.
Yeah.
Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade and Flamine her beloved daughter.
But it is.
Two souls whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
Oh, bud.
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation.
Why though? Why is secrecy
The calamity
needed?
of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass.
Okay.
Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can.
Sage counsel indeed.
Even if you can only save one person, it's better than
I see.
failing.
Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
We've been busy.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loperit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step.
I suppose so.
A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own. A plan which may pave a way forward for all of us. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone, that failure, should it come, would be mine alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. It would be remiss of me to refuse it, thy amity. And so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? It feels reasonable. Oh, my. Their legs. Well, can't apply glamour plates here either. I thank thee for accompanying me. It's a simple plan in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetheris. To make clear our resolve to the Loperids, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Oh? Whoa. Ah, there you are. An abundance of spongoi. Excellent. Chance to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiac's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the pneumo, I believe these shall suffice for the grift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. I may prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation. Sure thing. Oh. No, thank you. You don't need me. Oh, goodness gracious. Surveying the nearby area, you see no signs of potential threats, so it'll be a good opportunity to see how Urianger is faring. He remains fixated on his work. Fair enough. There, 'tis done. Magic ink. Every on's as efficacious as that crafted by the pneumo. Rare is the occasion that I would conjure mine own. It is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is, admittedly, possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loperids will appreciate. Lynn, Urianger! Oh, thank goodness! I thought you'd been eaten or had perhaps fallen into a crater. Sheela has been looking all over for you, Lynn. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak to Lynn alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Urianger. But worry not, it just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway's Burrows. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loperids. I'd be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. How about an extra pair of hands before I go and meet with Y'shtola? No, that won't be necessary. Urianger's help should make more than suffice. I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now off with you. Uh-huh. Worry not, Lynn. I shan't be long. I don't like that this looks like it's breathing. Ah! I'll just teleport back there. Feel better, Moping Way. Oh, Lynn. We thought you would be away far longer. I was told you desperately needed to see me. You said no such thing. As you're here, I could use your assistance in one small matter. A running way, a companion of growing ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest? Or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice. No? Well, if it's really that important. You can try one of these balls of moose flesh. Not to be confused with the other thing. And Runningway's other notable features are his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. When you do, try lobbing your balls at him. They're just making it too easy today, aren't they? Rude, but if it proves effective. He was here in Greatest Endsvale when I last saw him. Let's get up and find him. Alright. Almost. So close. Sir? That's smart. It was meant to be a joke. It wasn't funny. I love that the game was like, no, we're just gonna have him stop. You're clearly failing at this. Hello. Oh yes, I'm running away. Mind explaining to me why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I was told to come and find you. I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days? Apparently. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the great voyage. It's true that Highland didn't impart upon us knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other lowbird around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anybody would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they better hope I don't get my paws on them. We're being given the runaround, in a literal way now. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but there's nothing else. I've got work to do. And I'm off! You know, I wish people would just be straight with us. We could get a lot of things solved for faster if they were. We could find neither hide nor, well, hair of him. How did you fare? Well, I did run into him, but he didn't know anything. He knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I misremembered. That's it, I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Did he really just do the eto ble at us? I'm afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Yurianje? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? Sort of. He has a private affair to take care of. On his way to Watcher's house with the Living Way. Between Growing Way's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Yurianje a hand. Oh, what? No, now hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Listen. Oh, right, I need to actually, like, use the stuff. Growing Way. Why are we being lied to? It's the only way I would help, but no, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. Okay, y'all. I suspect the Loperts are up to something, but if there's aught to be learned at the final days, I think it best we play along, for now at least. They're like little kids. They're doing their best. They have very little experience in the real world. It's definitely showing. Have a good time, Mopey Way. Wait, is it up above? It could be up above. Wobbling way and flapping way. Amazing. The archives are right through this door. It seems to be locked. Guess we'll just have to go find whoever has the key. Throwing away. Enough. You have naught else to tell us about the final days. You only need to say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you not yourselves tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but Moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Aetheris, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but we found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. So that's Living Way's game. Run us around in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake. It must be done. Buddy, we're not going to slow you down. Here you've misjudged us, Growing Way. We probably decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. Well, that said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetheris and her reflections to their doom. There is a way to avert the final days. I wish to find it. We'll do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. People of Aetheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Buddy, do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. This is adorable. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. So we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos waits outside. Poor baby bunnies. Oh, hello?
Looks like brought a gross bug inside again.
Oh no. Does he still have a hold of it, or has he let it go?
It's in a jar, but Lynn's looking at it like it's candy.
Oh, nuts. Okay, well, give me a few minutes, try to keep her off of it. I'll come and help out. The moon is great, Moral Compass. We are coming up to the end of our stream anyway. Oh. What you just heard, I need to make sure that the littlest one doesn't go eat a bug. So it's good timing, but look. But yes, the Loporits are all amazing, and I know they're doing their best. But certainly can't allow them to detain me any further, if you get my drift. But yeah, it was a good twist with Zodiark and Fandaniel there. Like, as soon as the cutscene after that fight started, I understood that I had played straight into his hands. But just masterfully done. Masterfully done. Genuinely. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
You're right, you do. But not us.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
They're so good. Oh, they're so good.
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure.
Mm-hmm.
It is clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
That's true.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
It's true.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loperids were born of Heideland's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well.
Oh?
That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe.
We'll do our best.
If there's
Can't be
anything
mean
wrong
about
with
it.
what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
And it's not so much that things are wrong, they're just a little out of date.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star.
Mm-hmm.
Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers.
Mm-hmm.
And thou, my friend, Oh, I do not think we've met.
My name is Pudding Way.
Pudding Way! Oh my goodness!
Pudding Way? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words.
Well done, Yurian J.
Judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate.
Daddy,
and leave him away. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson.
But
The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Ways Compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations.
yes.
But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
Yes.
To
But I'm
accept
glad we have it.
failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home.
We can't have that.
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
Excellent. We got that theme song playing in the background. That flower. How came it into your possession? Heidelin herself gave it to me. How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. In our time, they called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name. It's just, oh my goodness, the music is so good.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growing Way and the others.
more guests from Atheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
We already figured out they were the Charlians, or at least I did.
Agreed. The Charlian
Yep, there it is, there it is.
What? How did you know?
I mean, it's pretty easy to connect A to B in this case.
Heard, the more obvious it became. The forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement.
Exactly, Ishtola.
Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Okay, folks, that feels like a great place to leave off, as long as this is the actual end of the cutscene. Yeah. Alrighty, let's head back over to the Just Chatting screen, and I'll send you off somewhere lovely. Well, we started the day off with killing a god, and we ended up with a whole bunch of new friends as a result. What a great way to spend my 40th Final Fantasy XIV stream. Thank you very much for stopping by, weary travelers. Hope you've enjoyed today's stream. I'll be back tomorrow, Saturday, April 12th, with more adventures in the wonderful world of Lucia with Wandering Swords. Until then, for more information about future streams, keep an eye on our Blue Sky at Come and Go Tavern for announcements and daily check-ins from the Come and Go. I have been your hostess, Sheela Orenthalis, and if you need to prop your feet up for a little while longer, we've got some more entertainment coming up soon via a raid. Let's see. Oh, look, Cap is online. Let's go visit them. Alright, folks. I will see you all next time. Ta-ta for now. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye.